It's where all the containers in Trinidad come out, right? Good. So, in my 30 plus years as an activist come politician, I have been the only loud voice speaking about Trinidad being a narco state and how easily it is to corrupt the systems of state to facilitate narco trafficking. This is the worst. I'll show you why. What I'm about to tell you, people have been murdered in this country for. This is the weigh station. All we do is weigh so the state can get its taxes. That's it. We don't weigh, we don't unstuff, and we don't scan. I'll tell you why. More than 50% of the containers who come to this country get on ships, offload in Trinidad, load up on trucks like this, and leave the port without anybody scanning, sniffing, smelling, opening, or looking. 100% of the cocaine in this country that comes into this country, 100% of the guns and the drugs happen in containers like this one. Like those stacked up there to move. Because Trinidad and Tobago is a broken narco state. The government, the Minister of National Security, the Attorney General, past Ministers of National Security, past Attorney Generals, all Commissioners of Police, all heads of customs know that more than 50% of the containers that leave this country, that leave this port to go into the country, are not examined on the port, are not sniffed, are not checked, are not scanned. Many go to special people on a special list. This is something you need to hear. There is a list of companies whose containers are not checked. Say that again. There is a list of companies whose containers are not checked. There is a list of companies who deal with specific customs officers. Those specific customs officers are in charge of those companies. Though that list exists. If the government was to do a spot check today, if National Security was to do a spot check today and come down on the port and do a sweep and open all these containers, you'll find guns, you'll find drugs, you'll find other contraband. You'll find things that are not on the manifest, not on the bill of lading. These containers, many of these containers, most of those containers, those 50% of the containers that are not examined, go to people who, besides might be bringing in things not on the manifest, are paying less duty than the state should be entitled to. Because I know of people who boast that a case of apples out of a container at Christmas time and the customs officer take his envelope and go. China is a corrupt and broken nation. Now we heard the head of customs told a joint select committee that they underfunded, understaffed, they've not had a manpower update since 1962, and all of us know this. But because Keith Rowley hand in the lion mouth, the Privy Council slap him down, and then Barbados get caught up in Trinidad's dictatorial policing, send police to lock up a man in Barbados, we're not having the conversation we have to have. The conversation we have to have is our country is broken by deliberate design. Plenty of those who are successful in business in Trinidad and Tobago are successful in crime, white-collar crime, criminality, and corruption. Keith Rowley is a member of parliament for almost 40 years. Keith Rowley is aware of everything that I am saying. He is now the head of the National Security Council. And if he doesn't know what I am saying, if he is not aware of what I am saying, he should fire himself. He should go back in time and fire himself 60 years ago. And all of them. This is a criminally corrupt country. The Port Authority of Trinidad and Tobago, the Customs and Excise Division, need right now, today, an audit. An audit. Forget Commission of Inquiry. Bring proper, uncorrupted police officers, national security officers, and do a sweep today. Those cars park up next to Movie Town. Those cars park up next to Movie Town, drive off the Roro and drive off the port and go. And people know cocaine comes stuffed in tires, in the space where the spare tire go, up inside the engine. There was a car showroom in Sawa where a container opened in the showroom and a bag of marijuana fall out on the floor. So we know this is going on. but we're doing nothing about it. We're making our politics into foolishness. We're turning drug lords, narco traffickers into money laundering empire builders. We know all of this. There are good and decent customs officers who would tell you, they'll point it out to you if they believe that the government in office was going to take real action. Because in Trinidad and Tobago, whistleblowers get murdered. In Trinidad and Tobago, whistleblowers go missing. So what do we do as a people? Do we continue to operate Trinidad and Tobago as a failed nation, or do we stand together? Do we stand together and fight for a better country? So let's show you this. This weighing station here, look at the size of it, and look at the amount of containers on it. This Roro station here, where all these cars are kept, this should be the outlet for the port. And that should have 20 sheds like that. It should drive in, the way they're driving onto the scales there, and be offloaded. That you're importing stuff into Trinidad, don't send no container haulage truck. Send a flatbed, a 10-ton flatbed, and take your stuff and go. Or repack your container and take your stuff and go. There is a bridge, I was going to say they should build a bridge, but there is a bridge. Back up so you could see it. There is a bridge, so it's linked. So you could easily drive straight from the port into Roro. You could easily drive straight from the port into here. So a Progressive Empowerment Party government that says we would move the port of Spain to Point Lisas, to build sheds, to unstuff it. We could do it here. We could send the Roro boat that only bring in cars to Point Lisas. We could send the Roro boat to Chagaramas. These cars driving on their own steam back to wherever they come from. 20 unstuffed sheds right here. 20. And you put international observers, hire foreign customs officers on rotation, on contract, to supervise our customs officers, because we can't do nothing in this country that's not corrupt, and supervise our people and make sure that every Roro car bring sniffer dogs here today now. Bring sniffer dogs here to this Roro section here today and just check and shock yourself. Do a swoop today now, Minister. Do a swoop today now, Commissioner. Order a swoop on the port today. Lock it down, open every container and shock yourself. But you